Hey guys, this is DbdKmp. Welcome back to DbdKmp Plays Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. In this episode, I'm going to go over a few things. As you can tell, I have 28 seats. Actually, I did it in between sessions, which actually was several days ago. And it's been a while since I've actually been on this. So today we're going to continue on, but I'll meet you back a little bit. I'm going to get a few more seats before I continue on to our next location. And until then, I will meet you then. Also, I guess you can tell I went ahead and up to 70. I'm going to go ahead and get some more healing potions, probably some more of, at least of these, even though I'm just going to probably get about 20 of them at max. And, well, yeah, I'll see you later. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. I should also point out that while I'm here, before I continue on, this will be episode 7. And this is the first time in a long time I've actually done 2 episodes in one day, and that's what I'm gonna do. As I do, I will be doing the same thing for Zelda, for, not 7, well, yeah, 8 and 9, because 7's already up there for both of them, so they're gonna be both at the same deal. I'm not gonna do 3, but I'll try and do, like, at least a couple a day, at least. But anyway, I will see you then. Bye-bye. So anyway, yeah, this is supposed to be episode 8, but before I continue on, you see how we're at? Got 45 seeds. I'm not going to bother getting any more refreshments because of reasons. And you might as well see that I'm actually at 600 life right now at 15. You'd think that I would be at 680 like her, but nope. And we're going to leave it like that. But anyway, there's something else that's weird. That when you load up this game, if you ever get a fresh copy or whatever, they have like save files. Yeah, they'll have it like this. It'll be like that or sitting right here for some reason or another. It's crazy how they have them sitting right there. I was just like, what were they doing? Just like trying to test out the game or something? But yeah, there were save files I've had like that, and it's like, okay. So right now I'm in Foresta, but I just wanted to go over a few things and wanted to tell you, I mean, that was just crazy. And you might notice there's another battlefield here. There's not much point to them. Some of them just, actually all of them are optional, but certain ones have yield certain items. Anyway, we're about there anyway, so the reason I didn't give her that was because, I mean, went ahead and refilled her deal. I went ahead and healed up, though, off screen. And we're here. Welcome to the Ice Pyramid. We are on the first floor. I see a switch in the statue, but can't reach it. Let's push it with something. That's obviously a clue. Nothing else works except this. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna mess up the mic for a minute. Actually, you know. That would be the reason, because I can get arrows here. Not that it'll make a difference later, but, you know. And we found some more refreshers. Now, it's important that you want to go ahead and knock out all the enemies. You don't have to do this, but it helps because, you know, for reasons as well, because there's certain items you could easily bypass, but you'll need the cash for. You can easily grind for it, but what's the point? And since this is Desert Hag, you've already seen this, we'll be back momentarily. Alright, so I remember there being more enemies, but anyway, guys, this is what we need. Found Magic Mirror. So what that done is revealed all the enemies. We don't have to have it, but it comes in handy. It's only like a one-time item. In most cases, you might argue with them, why is it here? You know, after you use it. Well, in automatic. Well, there for decoration, I guess. I don't know. If I remember correctly, I think there's an enemy up here. Yeah, there is. It's a desert hag. Alright, I'll see you momentarily. Okay, so we defeated that guy. Let's see what we got here. Can't carry any more explosives. Like I said before, there are rare occasions where you'll find it, but it doesn't matter anyway because most of the time you're not going to be using your explosives. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. But remember this. They're only unlimited here in most parts of the dungeon, whereas a lot of it will have the majority of whatever your second partner has if they have a certain limit of 99. Which is always awfully good to be careful how much you use, because you never know. And as far as Lamia snakes go, remember not to use your character until you get to a certain point in this dungeon, and we'll go over that a little bit later. See, as before, you didn't have the mirror, you couldn't see these guys. Be back again in a moment. As you can tell, I went up here, so yeah. There's more to see. There's more Lamias, and there's a new enemy coming up. I'll be showing that off. But anyway, you might be thinking, like I did. I mean, well, anyway, not I, but someone else used to go out and constantly reheal. But the problem with that scenario is that these guys will completely respawn each and every time if you leave the dungeon as per normal. I'm not gonna do that. That's why it's important to get, even though it might take you a while, get you enough seeds. This is probably far more than enough for now. Each dungeon requires a certain amount, no more than, like in the first dungeon, when you finally can get seeds, about 6 to 9 seeds. And then the next dungeon, which is when you have her, that'll be the deal, you have to get a little bit more than that, and then a little bit more for that. The next dungeon, that's a one-timer that I showed you before, which is Pulse Basin. And this one here, you need quite a bunch because you're going to be going through them, because it also helps because it gets you the money you're going to need, especially when you want to go buy certain items later, as well as equipment that you don't have to get. So, like, you know, weapons and armor, whatever, because some of them are really expensive and you can't get them anywhere else. And by the time you do buy them, if you do decide to get them, it'll be too late. Every 2 weeks. And I don't think I've ever done this before like that, but we're going to go ahead and continue on. So, I'll be back momentarily. So anyway, I'm not going to worry about it until I get like to 0, and I'm going to do that. Now here's a new enemy. You've seen Lamia before, but Mage. These guys, I believe, whether they look like women, mostly, but it's hard to tell. I believe they're weak against fire. And it's a good idea to have her go ahead and take out Lamia. Otherwise, she becomes a pain. And yes, she's weak to that. Yep. Their later forms of their palette swaps are actually weaker, not only to fire, but something else as well. But we'll go over that when the time comes. What I'm going to do here is, I'm going to go ahead and just take this out on screen. And you see, each time you might notice that each dungeon has different, well, some of them have the same, but amounts of GP, which is good. And XP will be different too. And it will get lesser too the higher you are. There is a limit, though. I mean, as per any game. Yeah, there's another enemy coming up here. It's sort of new, but we've seen him as a boss form. Say hello. Oh, there's two enemies here. Ooh, Sphinx and Fanquid. I forget the different name of it was for the boss, but I don't think they necessarily have any basic weaknesses. But yeah. Okay, never mind. That was weak against fire. And you would think that they would be weak against thunder, but it's not. So, but the more you can put in damage means it's more HP than it has. I don't know how much they have. It's probably a lot less. And see right there, there's more heal potions. That's another reason why you don't want to max out. And there's another switch over there. So, but since we already have 88, we're going to keep it that way because all dungeons have that. And the reason I have it to 88 is so that I have plenty of extra to go overboard in case I need them. So, anyway. I'll be back momentarily. Now you notice that I'm on 2, but we're kind of cut off here. Because there's not much you can do. They have it in... Because you'll notice there's a certain pattern to here where they'll have like... That up there goes to a higher level, but... right now we're on 2nd floor, which we'll be seeing most of the time until we get to that point, which will get us to... There's actually 2 points, or 2 or 3 points to get us even higher, but... Only one of them gets us to where we can go even further. Anyway, see you later. As you can tell, the Lamia's gone. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to be skipping out battles. I don't want to show them on screen unless we haven't already seen them. So, yeah, I'll be going out, showing up the floors. Which it doesn't really matter as long as I don't continue on to the next floor that we need to go to, because... there are certain items we need to get access to. But anyway, and as you can tell, there's also that down there. There is a certain pattern to it, but you don't have to do that. It's just optional. We'll go over that later when we get there. Okay, we're at level 16 now. Now we have 640. And then by the next level or 2, we will be exactly at the same health as Phoebe or Phoebe. And might as well put this back to this. Another one of those mages, I think they're called. Yeah, mage. Anyway, see a little bit. And when you fight enemies, they are certain... Sometimes it does depend, or it's actually a random chance that they're different. But they're always going to have the main icon on them as they hop around. But if you see ones that, like what I just showed you, like the mage, sometimes it'll have a different enemy, like a Desert Hag or a Lamia. And it can also depend on what side you're on. Not always necessarily a factor in getting it, but like you can come all the way down here and then like do this and go up. Well, obviously that doesn't count because the enemy is gone, but you get the idea. You jump up to it. You know, up here there's actually only obviously either side or bottom. So but anyway. I checked out the floor here, so we're not under to worry about our screen. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take this enemy out. I'll see you in a little bit. Oh yeah, I meant to tell you though that at this time, because we're at 0, because of our main skills, even though that we don't use up all of it, unless you're like if you have like low health, it's a good idea. You don't actually have to do this. But to go ahead and either one of them, what you do is you take this and you make it do both. Well, actually, it's down button on the control pad, and it does that. And that's if you're down on health. But otherwise, at this point, let's go ahead and, do as I recommend, use a seed. You could go ahead and do it on her first, but, for the most part. Or you can wait and do it like this right now. See, that's a good reason why I have these seeds. It helps out because, it gets us through this entire dungeon. Alright, see you later. And also, you may be wondering why they don't level up your secondary partners, because that's the way they program the game. However, though, they will level up on their own, in time. Like, you'll notice a few differences in them, but when you first get them, they'll be at a certain level, and that's it. Like, Kelly, which is going to be your first partner, she'll be at, I forget, I think level 3. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's what it is, now that I remember correctly. And then when you get Tristan, which is your second partner, because I'm doing this in order of the game, of how you get him anyway, he's at level 7. Now, you could go ahead and level up while you're with Kelly. But anyway, and then Phoebe or Phoebe, she's going to be at level 15. That's how she is. She never goes beyond that. They all do that. They never do that. And then we have another partner coming up, who I forget what his level is, but he's pretty much there. And then he'll be at a different level a little bit later, it's like everybody else. So yeah. Anyway, we'll go over that a little bit later. In the meantime, they already have this open for us, which is good. Got an arrow. Try not to use too much of them, but, you can. See, the unique thing about this is, though, is if you get, about, no matter how much you use, you can get, automatic refill, if not close to it, a lot more than you can on Bloms. Unlike in the Focus Tower. The Focus Tower is the only one place that I know of that actually lets you do about, about that amount. But again, if you if you use up one, don't use up no more, because there's only a certain level, especially for that. Bloms, or bombs in this game, or explosives, doesn't matter, because of the whole idea that, once you get rid of your partner, you could come back in here and do a bunch of battling, but most of the time, it really doesn't really matter, because it's, weak compared to what you can get versus other enemies that are coming up that are newer and have more XP and more GP to give. Although I'm certain that there's a certain amount that it only goes up to, now that I've seen it. I never really paid attention before. Anyway, ready to go back, and we're going to go down here. And like I tried to explain, I could have gone ahead and done half of this, but there would have been no point. I just want to make it into one solid episode if I can. Because there's a whole lot to do in this thing. I'll be back momentarily. And we took out Lamia again, so. And if you see me scroll down a lot of times, sometimes I'm still not sure if I'm recording. Because I know for a fact now I'm getting a little bit more used to it, but even then sometimes, I'll pull it down and think, oh, are we still recording? Because I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you momentarily. Oh, we just took out Desert Hag. I got 336 XP for that. It don't hurt to do this, but you shouldn't do this every battle, but every other battle, and see how much you have left till when you can actually level up again. Right now, there's 1,626, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and that is just about enough. But I'm gonna make sure. See, by the time you get done through doing this and stuff, you'll have more than enough, especially by this certain items coming up. Wow, I never really noticed that before. This is the only one that actually outbeats her This weapon does an attack, defense, speed. Okay, magic's not good. Accuracy has gone up by 1. Evasion is up. Let's see what else we got here. Cat claw. See, it's weird how they do this game. It's like a certain pattern. They'll give you like two weapons in the same setting, which is crazy. Even though the one partner will only give you one item, and then another one will give you another one, and then like she'll give you 2 of them, which anyway. Yeah, 1852. Wow. So I guess it really doesn't matter. Ooh, 59. And our sword is at 55. That's not bad. But, wow. So our claw is about the closest we can get on magic, which is 35. At least for now. It's not too much closer, but enough to say, okay, we're almost there. Only need about a few more just to get there. Even to get even more to a halfway point. But we're pretty much, going out of our way. The Cat Claw, unfortunately, is not all that useful. Except for some enemies. Depending on what claw you have, it can even be a little bit more effective. But we'll go over that later. Now, because Lamia was in that fight, I don't know if that makes a difference. But I just got through getting 520 XP. I should have showed it, but sometimes it gets a little bit faster on it. More than the time I can record. So, But anyway, yeah. I'll be back momentarily. And there was 3 desert hags in that fight, and I got 504. Now, there's another thing I failed to mention because I forgot all about it. But see, with her, she has wizard spells. I don't know why they separate it like that in this game, but it really doesn't matter. It's fine. See, whereas we have nothing right now. So, that's another reason why to give her a C when she runs out. But I would wait until all the black is gone. I mean, all the dark is gone. Sorry if I can speak there. When all the dark is gone, and then we can do that. Give her a seed. So it's only between my dark and her darkened wizard that we can make it through here. As far in terms of spells, that will change later when we have wizard spells. Well, we'll go over that later. That gained me 488, I think it was, GP. Because Desert Hag was in that fight. With the Lamia. 2 Lamias. Alright. Yeah, and also I should mention though that it's very rare when you fight these creatures that they'll be alone by themselves, only one. A lot of the times there'll be like at least 2 of them at the main. So anyway, see a little bit. Now with this one, you don't have a choice. Unless somehow you can glitch the game and get on the other side. But I'm not going to do that. And anyway, at this point, I was going to say something, I forgot what it was. Also, this is, if I didn't mention it, this is episode 8 of DbdKmp Plays Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. See a little bit. Alright, so here's a new enemy. We're on the 2nd floor again. Yeah, these enemies, sometimes it's rare when they don't do this. Except for, it's more common with their second brethren, sisters, whatever. Not really a gender on them, specifically, but here we go. These guys are called Stony Roost. They don't really particularly have a weakness that I know of, except maybe if you have certain spells, which I can go over later in the game, so I can come back here again and show them off, but By that time, I might as well just show them on a different enemy. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, the rare thing that they don't do is stone, and that's the worst of all. Other enemies, I don't know how you are supposed to prevent the muffler, but apparently you can come with that and you can be strong. I don't really know, because none of my deals that I could tell says anything against muffling, which means is basically being silenced, where you can't use any spells. I've never seen one, not once in this game, where you're silenced. I've seen where you can get confused, paralyzed, which is with a bunch of side like rings or around you, as I call it. But and there's blind, but and this is the only unique game where the characters are actually backwards, right? Like with it right here, where they're facing backwards, instead of like in most games where they're back attacked. But anyway, because that's what that would be normally. But in this game, there's normally that, and I don't know their weakness. So, also don't attack them with weapons. I mean, once in a while is okay to kind of test it out, but the luck is usually about maybe 1 to 5% that it's okay to do that. But be careful, because they can and will do that. There's also a spell that they use, and once in a while you can get away with obviously one-shotting them. I don't know. Anyway. Well, excuse me, two-shotting them, basically, with that. And here's another switch right here. Are we still recording? Yes, we are. Okay, that's good. I guess it gets you in the habit. You don't have to do this. This is completely optional, but, we're going to be seeing more of them anyway. But, what the heck. And that includes more Fanquid and Sphinxes as we go along. Yeah. So I'll be back momentarily. And as you can tell, I've saved here. I don't know why it sent me over here. But in the next episode, we'll do this floor, and then we'll continue on. Anyway, this has been DbdKmp Plays Final Fantasy Mystic Quest for Episode 8 of Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. See you later. Bye-bye.